So I found myself cooking a meal the other day.
Whoa, no way.
And eating it. Like normal life stuff.
You eat the food
and
you make. What?
And really enjoyed the food that I was eating. But then
was it a pizza?
Then it was just a frozen pizza. But it did get me thinking about stuff I like doing in real life over stuff I don't like doing in video games, because I hate cooking mechanics in video games.
Oh, you what?
I hate shoveling bread into my mouth to heal.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I really love food.
So you'll say you love fishing in real life and you hate fishing mechanics.
So
Sackpath.
Don't set me off.
Can you guys give me anything you like in real life but hate doing in games, or the other way around, you like doing in games but hate doing in real life?
Can I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
I hate where you have to follow an NPC in real life and they walk slightly slower than you.
But you like following people in real life, Joe?
No, in video games. And I hate walking amongst people in real life. Like, Like, actually, they're two where I hate them both. But
I was just gonna say,
I like blending in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's a whole day to blend.
Yeah.
In real life, I always end up behind the guy with a dodgy leg down the alley, and I start walking like him.
Yeah.
And I don't even realise I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's blended in, Ben. There's only one other person to blend in with. That's what happens.
Yep.
I don't know.
I really enjoy Lawnmower Simulator, but hate cutting my lawn.
There you go.
Just throwing it out there.
What if you got achievements in real life? If you got an achievement for mowing your grass, would you prefer to
Well, if I had a business and I was making millions, then I'd be in.
The achievement would be money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Gamer score.
Yes.
Gamer score.
I do agree with you a bit, Jake, though. I like a food mechanic in games to some extent. But when you get to the point when you have to cook 50 at a time because you need to stock up, that's just too much.
It sort of goes from realism-ish. I know it's not real because you don't eat to gain health back in real life, but like you've got that sort of element where you have to cook, prepare, and eat your food for the butt. But then it breaks the realism when you've got like 60 bread rolls in your back pocket. Yeah, you're just like chowing down on mid-boss fight.
Eat all the cheese wheels.
Yeah.
What do you mean there's no time for this cheese wheel?
I think if there's got two ways of getting your health back, it works a lot better. Like if you could just chug a potion or an energy tank or something like a Mega Man to get your health back, that's fine. But if you could do something like before the mission that would like extend your health bar or give you more stamina, and there was just one thing before the whatever you do, that's fine.
You're thinking
having to do it like 50 times during a hunt or during a thing, that's a pain in the arse. It just breaks
like Monster Hunter where you cook it beforehand, get a buff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't so much mind that, to be fair.
Because you can bake that into part of your routine of playing the game.
Yeah. It's like the newer Zeldas. I don't mind the mechanic, really. I think it's kind of cool. You put your meat into a thing and it all cooks, does a little animation. I like it to make, let's say, some food that helps you out going across the desert.
Yeah.
Or gives you some extra health bars for a little bit. But I don't like the mechanic of just like, that is your source of healing.
Yes, I like it when it feels more optional.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it feels optional, fine. But if it doesn't, it annoys me.
And at least with that, you can make all your stuff in advance and just keep it in your inventory.
Yes. But enough about the food, guys. Have you got other stuff? I like Ben's with the lawnmower.
I don't like violence in real life.
Whoa.
I like violence in games.
Nice.
I generally don't know because for the most part, like I don't play a lot of like simulatory games or games with like sim elements, and they're the type of things you do in real life.
You're just not a nice person, Brad.
What about?
I've got one with driving. Yeah. I like having.
Don't like drifting.
No, in real life, I like having a manual vehicle because sometimes when you hit the gear change just right, it's like, oh, my car's running really smooth now. I hate driving manual in games because it's just such a pain in the arse.
See, I used to think that until I got an automatic, and now I couldn't go back because it's just so much easier.
Go-kart, man.
Yeah.
I do have this argument with a lot of people. Stop buying automatics.
Yeah.
Drive properly.
No. I've got one.
Go.
I don't know if it is one really, but in my day-to-day life, I usually have music on regardless of what I'm doing. I pretty much always have like music on because it just helps me, do whatever I'm doing. But I can't listen to music when I'm playing games. So I know it's kind of like a outside of games, but kind of in-game sort of thing.
Does that mean like listening to your music or the game's music?
I'm more talking, I suppose, my own music. But some games you can put your own music into it.
Yeah.
Or like if it's like a game,
it kind of takes away from it, doesn't it? A bit?
Yeah, like if it's a game like GTA where you get music when you're in the radio in the car, fine. But then some games you can get out and carry on the radio music. I don't like that.
No, it doesn't feel right in the atmosphere, does it?
No,
it's like, well, I'm not listening to headphones.
Yeah, in real life, I put my headphones in them as soon as I get out of the car.
You know what? Cyberpunk kind of did that. Every time you get out of the car, it just carried on playing the radio.
Yeah,
you do have a personal radio, though.
Yeah, it is very Cyberpunk.
It's like baked into your head. Yeah.
So you become that kid with the phone on the bus.
The Sony Ericsson, yeah.
You just got a radio plugged into the back of your head, basically.
I have to admit, the music loop on Factorio at about 400 hours started to kind of grate on me.
Okay, yeah.
I've got one last one.
Go on.
I like going bowling in real life.
And get you.
Going, what is it, bowling with
cousin Roman.
Cousin Roman and GJ. Don't like that.
It's not the bowling I hate, it's just him.
Poor cousin Roman. Anyway,
so
we'll move on. I'll actually introduce the podcast. We are Gaming Garnish, a fortnightly gaming podcast aiming to be a delicious side dish to the hobby we all share, gaming. And I'm joined by our usual crew. We'll start with Joe.
Hello.
Ben.
Hello.
Brad.
Hello.
And I'm your host this time. I'm Jake. Hello. And let's kick it off with what we're playing. Why don't we start with Brad this time?
Oh, I have been alluding for weeks that I've got loads of games to talk about. And I'm finally going to start diving into some of them. Because spoilers, we don't have a lot of news. So we need to fill the time with something. So I'm going to start off by talking about one of the smaller games I played. And it's a game that has just come out into early access. So I just wanted to shout it out, to be honest. And it's called Morbid Metal. Anyone heard?
Yes, he sent this in
Wasn't this one of the
group chat
game things, that the showcases?
I don't think so. To me, the name sounds like it's Mortal Shell. Like it seems like it'd be the similar sort of vibe, Shell, morbid metal, Souls-like stuff. But no, it's not. It's a roguelike, which I know is your favorite genre, Joe. But it's a roguelike hack and slash made by a small team. It's been made by for the last something like 9-10 years. But it's actually published by Ubisoft, of all people.
Oh, all right.
So they've managed to get a good sort of deal there. But I'm not going to spend too long on it because it is in early access. I've not played it too much because I typically don't like to play early access games because I feel like I'm getting part of the experience. And then if I play it too much, I never go back to them.
Yeah.
Like when the 1.0 comes out. So I thought I'd throw some money at the developers because, they've spent a lot of time on it. I think it was like £10 on Steam. I think it's on an early sort of access deal. So £10, I couldn't sniff at that. And it's just a good fun sort of mixture of, character action, hack and slash, sort of Devil May Cry style combat with a bit of like Warframe aesthetics thrown in there. And there's essentially 3 characters. I've actually only unlocked 2 at the moment, but I know there is 3. But you can sort of swap them on the fly, like combo and stuff. So you've got your normal like X combo is just like your normal attacks, and then Y and B are special abilities, and then each character has their own set, so you can like swap between all of them, and sort of like proc your cooldowns.
Can you like chain between because it looks like instantly changed character.
Yeah. So you can like carry a combo on with another character, and so far the 2 characters I've got, one's like quite quick, one's really slow, so that works quite well.
Like story wise, are they the same person or?
No, well, it's sort of a shortcut scene where you find one of the others, and he sort of like you sort of fight him for a bit, and then he sort of like I suppose kills himself, and like just absorbs into you.
Okay.
It's very like techie, so it's kind of like a digital like absorption thing. But then they've each got their own like special as well, like big ability.
Yeah.
But the roguelike elements sort of. after every wave of enemies you fight, you'll get, usually like in roguelikes, you'll get like a choice between items. And some of those items will buff your abilities. Some of them will change your abilities. So there'll be like completely different moves. Some will be like passive. Some will be, so you're sort of just doing the usual roguelike stuff, trying to get further and further and further. There's a bit of meta progression. But it's, it's a really nice looking game. Again, for a small studio, they've done a really good job. It runs well enough on the ROG. It is early access, so I was having quite a few frame drops here and there, which I think is another reason I want to sort of pause it.
To it later.
Does it say it's Steam Deck verified yet or not?
So they are aiming for Steam Deck verified, but I don't think it is just yet. But they are only focusing. It is only on PC at the moment. I think it's only on Steam actually at the moment. And that is where they're focusing, and they have said they want to get Steam Deck verified. So once that's happened, it'll be fine on the ROG. I was playing around with the settings, and it was one of those, you go from medium settings, which is what it started at. If you go to low, it is like the ugliest thing you've ever seen. You go to medium, and it's like incredible.
Yeah.
There needs to be some settings in between low and medium.
What's high? Just blow up your...
Not much different than medium.
Weird.
Yeah.
It'd be all like particle effects and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just that though. It's like the environment looks different. I'll have to show you, but it looks different. Yeah, it really good. Just wanted to shout that out. Because I'm having some fun with it. Right, let's move on to another game I've been playing. Another roguelike.
Oh, he's obsessed.
I'm not. The thing is, I'm not huge on roguelikes.
Well, they're great for portable gaming.
They are great for portable gaming.
1 month in the year, and that's what he does.
I think the thing I like, although I'm not huge in the roguelike formula, what I like about it as a genre is there's quite a lot of variety within the genre. So this one, for example, very different. It's Blueprints.
Oh, nice. Finally picked it up.
Yeah. Nice. Have you guys heard of Blueprints?
Didn't it like win Indie Game of the Year? Or nearly?
It was definitely nominated.
Yeah. If Expedition 33 wasn't there, it would have won.
Possibly. Yeah.
So Blueprints, how to describe it? There's no combat. Okay.
It's a puzzle thing, isn't it?
It's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle roguelike. Essentially, you are due to inherit your grandfather's fortune and house or something like that. But in order to inherit it, you need to solve the puzzle of finding room 46 inside. Or is it? I think it's 46 inside his mansion. Okay, so when you start, you go through the front doors. You're in a room with 3 doors. It's always the same first room, and those doors go in different directions. And if you click on the map, you've got is it 5x9? Yeah, that's 45, isn't it? 5x9 grid.
Yeah.
And essentially, you have to get to the end where you think room 46 is. Spoilers, it's not. But the first really sort of like the first protocol is get to the end. Now that sounds easy, but it's not, because this is where the roguelike elements come in. Every day, the game resets. So you start back at the first room.
Is this in real time days?
No, every day.
Days?
In-game days.
Okay.
There's 2 ways to end a day. You can manually end it and just pause, end day. And the reason you would do that is because every time you go through a door, it's random what the next room will be. So the next room might have multiple doors you can go through to continue the path up, or it might be a dead end. And if it's a dead end, you can't move anywhere. So if you hit...
Can you not backtrack and go through one of the other 2 doors?
You can, yeah. But if you hit dead ends on every route, you can't go any further. So you'd end the day. That's one way to end it. The other way is you've got a number of steps. So every time you pass through a door, you'll lose steps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's like the time ticking by, I suppose.
Yeah. So you could, but there is actually time that does too, because there's elements to the puzzles later that mind blowing. But that's the general premise. So sometimes you might get really far down a run, hit a dead end, but then you have to go all the way back. And every room
all
you
your
go
steps
through,
up.
Yeah, and some rooms take more steps, and it's a whole thing. So it's actually harder than it sounds to get to the end. On top of that, sometimes doors will be locked, so you'll need to find keys, which are random. So maybe you get a key, maybe you don't. Sometimes the key card locked, so you need to get the key cards to unlock
And
it.
that might not necessarily be in the same room.
It might even spawn on that run.
Oh, that's dodgy.
No.
That's not right. Can you keep items between runs?
There is a way of keeping one item between runs, because there's a room called a cloak room. But again, you have to get lucky that the cloak room rolls.
Oh, so you could store something in there, and then next time you don't get the cloak room, so you can't get your item out.
Yeah. So
that's diabolical.
I'm going to try to avoid, because it's a game where people say avoid spoilers at all costs, and spoilers are like any puzzle solution. But I'm going to have to explain a few just to try and sort of explain how good the game is. So the key card, for example, you get to a door, there's a key card on it. You don't have the key card. Okay, you find the key card, easy, you can go through it. You could then store the key card in a cloakroom and get it at a later date, as I just described. But there's other ways of opening that door. There's some rooms. There's one room called security, which is quite common, and there's a terminal you can access in security, and in that terminal you can set key card doors to be, when powered down, automatically unlocked. So if you set them to be automatically unlocked when the power's down, and then find a way to turn the power off, you can unlock all the doors.
Okay.
So sometimes there's ways to like stack up buffs almost. Like there's another room with 7 locked doors in it. If you've got loads of keys, you can unlock all those doors, and there's loads of stuff you can find in there. Yeah. So you kind of want to get all the keys, but if you stack it correctly, there's another room that will unlock all the doors. So if you stack it right, you could, you could get lucky and unlock all the doors. So
that security thing you're talking about, or this other room that unlocks doors, that only unlocks them on that run, doesn't it? It doesn't unlock them.
Yes, it only unlocks them on that run. Yeah. Right. So there is still RNG. Now, I have, quote unquote, finished the game.
Yeah.
I have found room 46. But according to
Reddit, card to get into it.
No. I've been there. I have been there. Yes, I've been there. I did it once where I got right. This was like the first time I ever got to the end. I ran out of steps as I walked through the final door.
Oh my god!
Brutal.
Turns out it wasn't even the end.
Dead?
No, you just fall asleep.
Oh.
It turns out it wasn't even the end. There was actually loads of other stuff I had to do.
Okay.
But I have done all those. But according to everyone online, completing it is about 25% of the experience. There's still, I mean, I've got notes. I'm going to show it to the camera. So apologies for all you people just listening. But this is my notes tab on an iPhone. See all the ticks. They're puzzles that I've solved. These are like files. If I click on that, it's like a file there. Yeah, and I've got loads of those. It is one of those games. So there's a bunch of...
Yeah. You guys mock me for simulators.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of things that are red herrings. There's a bunch of things that are puzzles that I've just not solved yet. So the end game is sort of solving all those. Now, I do believe...
What do you get out of like those extra puzzles then for solving them that aren't part of the main...
The joy of solving the puzzle.
Yeah, but is there anything like...
So
congratulations!
The puzzle, is it... Unless you're talking about, is there an achievement for doing every room?
There will be achievements as well, but no, a lot of the time, it depends on the puzzle, but a lot of the time the puzzle will then allow you to solve all the puzzles or make the game easier, because with knowledge comes power. Yeah. So I believe that...
This is Outer Wilds all over again.
It is. It is kind of like Outer Wilds on steroids. I do prefer Outer Wilds because it's not a roguelike. Even though it kind of is. But
I was just going to say, it kind of is.
It's a knowledge roguelike.
Yeah, but Outer Wilds isn't, because although the game resets every day, you don't lose anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Whereas on this you do. But I believe the more knowledge you get, the more these puzzles you solve and start to piece everything together, the more you can actually force the RNG in your favor, and you kind of remove the RNG element.
Right.
Because once you know something happens because of something else, then you can force that to happen every time.
So if you go into one room, another room has spawned in somewhere else.
Yeah, but you don't always know that until you solve certain puzzles and you find certain things to read, and you're like, of course, that all the time.
But I know the developer might have patched this out, but is it possible for the RNG to work so well that you get room 46 as your first room?
Theoretically, I think there's an even achievement. No, you can't get it for the first room. Room 46 is always right at the top.
Oh, okay.
But there's a door, again, spoilers, there's a door in that top room that you need to unlock.
Oh, okay.
But it is always there. But that's how you get to room 46. But in order to do that, you have to get there and then do a bunch of other stuff and then get back. So that's.
Because I was just thinking, if it's purely RNG, what first 3 rooms you get? If one of them is like room 46,
no, you just complete it.
This is a really fast game.
That'd be a bit rubbish.
So I've seen like as you go through doors, this could be very incorrect, but as you go through doors, you get to pick the rooms.
You get a choice of 3 blueprints.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's why it's called blueprints.
Blueprints, yes. And also you are there's a lot of talk of like the blueprints and the red prints as well and stuff through the game, sort of story stuff, which I've not even figured again fully out. But yeah, every time you go through a door, you got 3 blueprints to choose. There is items you can get that let you re-roll blueprints. Sometimes some rooms mean you can't see the blueprints that you're going through. Some rooms you need items to unlock, so like higher sort of powered rooms, and they need like gems to unlock. So if you don't have the gems, you might be stuck and have to pick a room you don't want to roll, and you can't. Once you've committed to opening a door, you can't back out. And think, okay, I need gems, so I'm going to go and get gems. That's it. You have to unlock a door. So, talking of unlocking doors, Lumi, my dog, keeps coming in and unlocking my door. So she will start barking in a minute.
Have you figured out the upside down handle trick?
Oh, I didn't. To be fair, I didn't close it. Yeah, we turned all our door handles upside down so she can't open doors. I just thought she was asleep. But the RNG element, like in all roguelikes, is frustrating. But you kind of get over it because you're usually learning stuff. Like as you go, you keep in knowledge between runs, and there are permanent upgrades. So there are
some meta progression.
Yes, so there are a series of puzzles. One of the first ones you get, you unlock like an outhouse that's outside the grounds that you can go to, and that's got extra stuff in it. So just things like that. There's extra rooms you can unlock, and I've unlocked a few of those. So there are some permanent upgrades you can get. There is a lot of RNG, as I've sort of said, not only the rooms but the items, because certain items do certain things, but you can also combine items.
Oh no, not like a point and click puzzler.
No, not like that.
Oh, okay.
But you have to get the workshop room, and then you have to get the items you want to combine. And one of the items, for example, needs 3 items to combine. So you have to get lucky that you get the 3 items, get lucky that you get the thingy. And then I got lucky and got the cloakroom, so I could store that item.
Right.
So,
yeah.
You're really not selling this game to me, Brad.
I know. There is definitely a lot of RNG, but because you're always, it can be frustrating if you're aiming to do one specific thing. Like I really want to get this item and do this thing. It can be frustrating because you're just relying on the RNG. And towards the end of completing it, I was relying on getting certain rooms to get to the end, and that was a bit frustrating. But if you play it in a way where you're just sort of taking every run as it comes, you're always going to be learning something.
Yeah.
And that is always going to sort of influence your next run or influence future run, because you are always finding new stuff. So it is rewarding. And when you do solve these puzzles, you feel like a genius.
Yeah. Well, that's always good for a puzzle game.
Yeah. And because I'm taking all these notes, like if you don't take the notes, I think you'd be screwed. Because you wouldn't know what you're doing.
This is why we need manuals back with 5 note pages in the back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I do agree with sort of what you're saying about the RNG. It is frustrating. It is annoying. And that's why I prefer Outer Wilds as a game.
Is there like difficulty options that would allow you to turn off certain aspects of that? Like say, you would be allowed to keep more than one item, or like not need the cloakroom to do it, or no. And maybe that would be a good way to solve it, so that you could just like all your items become meta progression stuff. But then I feel like it would become too easy. I think part of the fun, quote unquote, is trying to find ways to break the RNG essentially, but it's baked into the game. So then you sort of make it work for you. And some of the later stuff. So like when you eventually figure out how to get into room 46, pretty much everything other than getting to the end is a meta progression unlock. So like you can just kind of set it all up so it's ready, so that the next time you get to the end, you can just get straight through. Right. You know what I mean? But there are still a few steps. You just have to get to that final room before room 46 to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
I mean, the last question I suppose I'll ask before we wrap up Blueprints is: did you enjoy it?
I did.
The main thing, because it's pretty critically acclaimed at this point.
That moment, like just throwing this one out there as well. I suppose another puzzle solution. But it was a moment that really highlighted this to me. That you get loads of like books to read and stuff like that, or letters to read, or notes to read. You didn't really think anything of it. And then a few runs in, I found a magnifying glass. Oh, what's that for? And then I grabbed the note and I noticed a magnifying glass in the bottom left corner, and it said, oh, I can use it. You can sort of look over these notes. And suddenly I was like, oh my God, there was that note that had something in the top corner that I couldn't read. And I just thought it was nothing. I just thought it was nothing in the game. So then I eventually find that note again, or I make a note in my notes page to say, go back to this room and find this note, but with a magnifying glass. And you'd put the magnifying glass over it, and it would be like a safe combination.
That's cool. I like that.
Like there was one in, I don't want to give spoilers, but it really does sort of highlight the game. There's a room, a dark room, for
photographs.
For photographs and stuff, yeah. But when you go in there, the lights turn off, like they're broken. But you can get the lights back on. I won't say how, but there is a way of getting the lights back on. Once you get the lights back on, there's loads of notes in there you can read and pictures and stuff you can see. If you've got the magnifying glass, you can get one of these pictures, and there's a combination on there to unlock a door. That, you know what I mean? It's all stuff like that. And
I do wonder if those
really
notes and numbers are specific to that run, or like
no, they're not.
Between.
They're the same. So you could Google it.
Oh, right. I was going to say, well, you could take a photo on your phone of it or something.
Oh, and zoom in.
No. If you like magnified the note or whatever, you could leave a screenshot on your Xbox or.
Well, that's what I did. I took a picture of a lot of the notes.
Yeah. Okay.
Just so that I had them, so that I could refer back to them.
Yeah.
Just to make it easy. I never took a picture and zoomed in because I didn't have the magnifying glass. I don't know if that would work. But
I feel like the devs might have obscured it without magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Reading notes in a game, it sounds exactly up my street.
Very much.
It actually some of them a really good way of devs to tell if you were cheating is if they put the wrong combo that you could zoom in on that changed if you put the magnifying glass over it. So then you went to the save and put the wrong code in it. It was like, we know you're cheating. Boot you back to the start of the day.
Achievement unlocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, cool. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah. It was a really cool game.
Good stuff.
Yeah. I think I'll probably pause it there and touch on some of my other games another time because I've hogged the podcast again. I will just throw in one last thing quickly. I have finished Resident Evil 9, but I will wait until Ben's finished it and we'll both go into it.
Sounds good.
But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we had our session and we were discussing beforehand. Hopefully by the next record, I'll be there too.
Nice one. Well, Ben, that's a nice little segue to what have you been playing?
Games.
No. On this podcast?
No way.
Well, there's the standard Factorio, as we all know. There's a level of Factorio that must be done per week.
It's called addiction.
It's not.
It's called a job.
Stop anytime I want.
I've got to do 40 hours of Factorio minimum.
Speaking of your question, Jake, no, I hate working off belts.
Okay, yeah.
I hate factory work in general, but
there you go.
Been playing a little bit of retro stuff, so nothing major from me really. Anyone who tuned in on Wednesday saw me do the GameCube Resident Evil 1, which is great fun. Always a joy playing Resident Evils.
It's very well regarded, that remake, I believe.
Yeah, it's good. It didn't just polish the original game. It added whole new sections. It added it thickened out the story. It did quite a lot. So I do enjoy that one. And I get the nostalgia from it because in comparison to the first one, you were very triangular and badly acted. Then this jump where everyone was people. I know that sounds ridiculous, but they were people.
And did they keep the one-liners? It could have been a Jill sandwich.
Well, not as much. It was a bit more serious. It was a bit more... they do it, but it's just... I don't even think it was supposed to be a one-liner, you know. I think that was just the fact that everybody loved it.
The delivery, yeah.
One of those where they've done it seriously and then everyone it's not meant to be funny.
But it just caught on.
I just loved how, is it called Bill, the character, isn't he? I loved how, Barry, that's it, how nonchalant with the whole situation he was.
Yeah, just pulled you out of a room where you were going to get squidged.
Yeah.
What is it? Maybe it's Chris's blood. That's it. No, your teammate that you've been teammates with for the last 15 years or something. Yeah, no, maybe it's he. Maybe he's dead.
Spoilers, he isn't.
Well, 9 games in, and side games, but so I really enjoyed doing that. I played a little bit of a PlayStation 1 game called Gekido, mainly because I wanted to just run it, see if it ran well, because I have got these games, but I tend to emulate them through the PC. It was a game I played, in my teens, and it was kind of like a PlayStation 1 version of Streets of Rage, that type of thing.
Okay.
It was 2D, but it was a bit more a bit more cartoonish. It was more cartoonish, and it had the same sort of action, same sort of throwing abilities, all that kind of stuff. And it was just a great game. I don't know why I got so hooked on it in the day. So I've been playing that a little bit, and that has flooded the nostalgia gates again.
Good. Is it as good as you remember? Or?
It really is. It really is. Because you can't go wrong, can you? They're still making these kind of 2D side scrollers nowadays.
I feel like as well, they haven't changed too much.
Yeah.
So like if you go back to a first person shooter, they play completely different in the modern day compared to what they used to. But I feel like the beat 'em up sort of genre hasn't really evolved, for better or for worse. But it just hasn't really evolved.
Just same sort of mechanics. Throw the old knife,
do to
hit the old bat.
That's the thing.
Well, exactly. There isn't really a lot you would do. I'm not saying that as like a negative or a derogatory sort of statement. It's just kind of they haven't.
They got it right, didn't they? So
yeah.
And a racing game called Rollcage. Rollcage is again a PlayStation 1 game. It's does anybody remember the remote control car that you could flip over?
Yes.
Yeah. So
the
basically,
the red and blue side car. Yeah,
you race them.
Wait, I think I know this game. I think I've played.
I've seen
a demo disc of this.
Yeah,
you get missiles. It's a bit Mario-esque in a way.
Yes.
You get power-ups, you get missiles, but for its day, it was really destruction, and you could knock buildings down with the cars, and it was quite quick-paced. You'd really enjoy it, I think, Joe. So there's only so long I go on racing games, though, to be fair. I get bored very quick, unfortunately.
You'll have to play some of these on your retro.
That was my reasoning for testing them, to be honest, to check that they ran all right. And
you don't want to get to a live session and not run.
I don't like doing a live session on a racing game, though, because it takes 100% of my concentration to race in a game, and I will just stop talking.
I did see that with Ridge Racer.
Yeah. Oh, God, I was doing something else. Other than that, that's about it. I have started a different server on, I run my own server on Factorio. I'm not going to bore you with it. I have started my own factory, and there's a couple of friends that are coming to join me to do it, and it's based on sushi belts.
Okay.
That's the only thing.
You hate belts.
No, but it's got to be sushi belts. So the sushi scenario is you the restaurant thing where the sushi belt goes round and you take one off and put the pots back on. So that's the principle, and that is how the whole factory is going to be built.
Oh wow!
Oh, it's messing with my head because you have to build multiples of items to build the next item, if that makes sense. So the volume of belts already, and I'm on like 2 science out of 8.
You love it. You love it.
It's messing with me. I am loving it, though.
Well, good. With that, we'll move on to Joe. What have you been playing?
Well, I know how Ben feels wholeheartedly about having to concentrate on racing games, because I've been playing a lot more Screamer.
Nice.
And I've been almost hitting a brick wall, then breaking through, then hitting a brick wall, then breaking through.
You've been screaming.
I've been screaming at the TV. I've been cursing a lot. It's on a normal difficulty.
Yeah.
And the one thing that was a breakthrough was I was looking on the settings to see if I was playing the game wrong, and there is a setting that keeps the accelerator on permanently.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, maybe you're not supposed to let off the accelerator, but you're supposed to use your brakes as like instead of letting off. Yeah. And that was like that mind explosion. Like the way you could turn is so like more intricate than I thought it was. I thought, you move the right stick to drift, and you tilt the left stick a little bit to.
Because it wouldn't give you that option if they ever intended you to let go of the accelerator.
No. I didn't put the option on, but I just now race differently, knowing that is an option.
Yeah,
because it's like it's in like a section of the settings where it goes like arcade settings. So I thought, is that what they do in arcade games sometimes? And then I realized games like Outrun and stuff, they are like that, where you just hold down constantly and then you either press brake to drift or like you steer really hard to drift.
Yeah, to be fair, I've played it a few times at arcade places, Outrun, and usually I just keep my foot down on the accelerator.
Exactly, you never let off.
Do the drift. Yeah, don't even let go of the accelerator to drift.
Is that how you're supposed to drive anyway? Yeah, just everywhere.
Everywhere. Even
down.
You stop at the lights by holding your brake and your accelerator.
I don't brake. I just hope they turn green.
But I was really stuck on this level as this character whose car, I hate his car because it can't drift at all. But he's really good on the straightaways. His name's like Dirk, but he's like the biggest asshole character you'd meet in a game. He's basically a bully, and you have to play as him a few times. But his power is that if you take out another car in front of you, you can chain a few together. It'll keep boosting. So it's like you had to really use his power to get through the race because he slowed down so much on corners that if you didn't use this, you would just fall like way behind. And the only way to get ahead in the race is to make other people fail. And I thought, it's really good from a story perspective, because in the story it's his mission where you unlock the power to blow up other vehicles. Like before that, there's a whole chapter, like 1 of 4, where you just unlocked boosting, and then at the end of that chapter you unlocked like shields or like each person's special ability.
Yeah.
So can other characters use those abilities then? Like
they have their own version of said ability. Like say there's a character called Roshin who her ability is like her drift fills up her shield gauge. Whereas other characters, like their drift builds a hype meter, which allows you to get like an extra boost or an extra.
But before you unlock the shield function,
no one could do it.
No one could do it.
No,
yeah.
Okay. The story, no one could do it.
So it's kind of
I don't want to go on arcade mode because I feel like all the abilities are unlocked like straight away.
Yeah, I imagine they would be. Yeah.
But the story's done a really good way of introducing all these, like as part of the story. Like the Jupiter science team, they figured out the shield technology, and then you unlock that through their story moments. Yeah, like say like the takedown technology was done through a little bit of the Green Reapers story and then the Anaconda Corps story, and like because they're like rivals. And then there's the boost was done through. Who was that done through? I think that was the Green Reapers, because all the boosts are green.
But is it like a following up? Like, does the story like move like forward, or is it like backstory? Is it because the way you're describing
it's all like to do with this one tournament, and you can move through the story either through main tournament moments, or you can scroll down the side and either pick exclusive team moments, or you can just go through it chronologically. I'm just doing it chronologically because
chronological is the word I was looking for.
Yeah. So like most of the time there'll be a moment from each team in the story, but sometimes there's only 2 teams involved or 3 teams. And then you'll get to a main tournament like race where they're like 5 laps, all abilities unlocked. Like they're absolutely ruthless. Like you can go from pole position, you get crashed into once. It's a bit like Mario Kart in that regard, where you'll end up back at the back, but you can not rubber bandingly make your way to the front. You have to really work for it to get back to the front.
Yeah,
right. By either taking out other vehicles or doing like perfect drifts to speed out of the corner properly, or like you've just got to get the driving down. I thought it'd be a super arcadey racer where there's not really that much like what do you call it difficulty, but it's more You've really got to earn your place in the race. And like they show you that in tournament races because they only ever go, you've got to get top 3. And sometimes that's really hard, just getting top 3. This race I've been butting my head against like for the last couple of days. I've been getting 5th.
Yeah.
I've been thinking, do I turn the difficulty down? Do I turn the difficulty down? No, I've got to. I've got to do it.
The thing to find about these sort of racing games sometimes, especially where there's no rubber banding, is if you do crash and you end up at the back, if you can't catch up to another racer, because a lot of the time you're faster than other cars when you draft, when you sort of get behind them. But if you're not close enough to them, you can't draft.
And the thing is,
it'd be quite hard to get there.
Something called synchro for drafting in this, which charges up your other stuff.
But if you're too far behind and the only thing you can do is drift, but let's say there's not that many corners on this race, there might not be, then how'd you get there?
You rely on the other cars getting taken out by each other because they're further back.
Which is RNG.
It is always like I found the different races AIs do like race differently. Like the guy I was talking about, Dirk, he will always be taking other people out instead of trying to boost or trying to drift because his car really can't. But then the main characters teams, the main team, the Green Reapers, one of their team is really good at boosting. He's called Frederick. And he only gets 2 boosts in his car, but they're really long. So you've got to really time when to use them. And they take a while to charge up, but he gets better synchro meter than anyone else because he needs those 2 boosts.
Yeah.
I do find it a really interesting take on even arcade races because everybody has their own abilities. Sometimes a lot going on.
Every car drives really differently. And then even before you get the abilities, I was still trying to get used to everyone's vehicles because you only play them for like a 2-lap race at a time. And then it'll move on to the next bit of the story in someone else's car. And you're like, I was just getting used to how that one drove.
You're saying about that guy who gets the boost from taking out of the cars. But again, back to what I was saying before, if you're too far away because you've crashed, you can't take out any cars, you can't get boost. No,
well, you do get your boosts do recharge from driving well. Like say if you're going on the racing line or you're doing good drifts or you're not hitting corners, that does charge it up. And then you've also got your active reload for the gear change, which also boosts like a big section of your boost meter. So if you do like 5 of those, which happens in quick succession because you're going from gear 1 to 6 a lot, you'll get your boost meter up. But also the way your takedown meter recharges, you've got to use a boost to fill a bar of that because it's called entropy. So you got to get 2 of them to be able to do a takedown, and then you got to do so. Basically, every 2 boosts you get a takedown boost, which doesn't take you as far, but it's more powerful.
It's a lot of managing. Yeah,
I've found myself looking at the UI a lot rather than the race, and that's throwing me off a lot.
I think once you sort of like settle on a character or a set of characters, maybe for the arcade mode, you'll probably become more in tune with it. But because you're swapping between characters a lot, and you're like
all the time,
and that's fair.
Sounds like a cool story, though.
Yeah,
it is really good. And in the story, something I forgot to mention last time. Everyone speaks their own language because all the characters are international.
I think you did mention it. They can translate, can't they?
Oh, did I mention it? All right, I thought I'd left
Unless
I'm
thinking of someone else who told me that.
But there is, everyone's got a universal translator in their ear in this cyberpunk future. So you've got some like Brazilians talking to Germans, talking to South Africans, talking to like Jamaicans. It's crazy.
It is cool.
Yeah. So you really have to read, Ben, on this one. It's all business text at the bottom.
Yep, no, not in. Story? Don't need that. I'm racing.
Other than that, I've been spending a lot of time in Trailmakers.
You have?
Nice.
Even after the backlog,
Even after the backlog, because I thought, well, I really liked the challenge thing we did, and I wish I'd had more time to explore the different driving mechanics and vehicle building stuff.
I did have a feeling it might get under your skin, Joe, you know.
I set myself some challenges of things to make that, like, for a beginner might seem hard, but once you've got your teeth into how servos work and hinges work and pistons and stuff like that, it all goes together really like seamlessly. So I built an Osprey plane, which is like a combination of helicopter and plane. That was the hardest thing I've built because getting those things to not flip me over was insane. I built a Scorpion tank from Halo, and just figuring out the hinges for how the front tracks work without trying to spin you around in circles or like trying to put you up into like a scissor position because they'd start flat, then they go like that as they drove forward. So you had to set like the.
Have you set the like driving for that one
and
to drive like Halo with like the stick instead of the.
No, I couldn't figure out. I couldn't figure that bit out.
Good.
Yeah, I could do that with the submarine in the water, but it's actually better to not do that because you can turn tighter if you don't.
I mean, some of the stuff you sent us, it's the type of stuff I think we said in the last episode that they highlighted people's like builds on the main screen. I could see your builds being there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Especially the Scorpion tank, because you can tell what it's meant to be.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I liked that they had the right size seat to go there because the seat's not in the center; it's slightly on the left, so you can have the turret on the right. I've even put like a little porthole window behind the turret, like not that anyone can sit in it, but it looks like there's a space for someone to go behind it.
Well, you can get passenger seats, can't you?
You can, but they're too big.
Yeah.
At least for the scale of the tank that I built.
Well, would you?
Yeah, it's quite small.
Yeah.
Just so we talked about it a lot last time, but to round that off, would you change your recommendation on it after playing it more?
If you've got a mind like me, yeah.
Yeah, just
if you love going super in depth into mechanics, I would wholeheartedly recommend. There's not been anything that I thought that I couldn't do in it yet.
I get that. There's a lot of these sort of games where you quickly realize the limitations. You may never hit those limitations, but you know what the limitations are. Yeah, with this one, I do kind of feel like it's almost endless.
Yeah, like I feel like you could even probably go to space in it because there's an expansion where you unlock like proper rocket nozzles and stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe on the maps there's more beyond the skybox that you could find.
I think there is a space level.
Oh, is there a space level? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Nice one. Well, I'll quickly say what I've been playing then as well. I've been playing the original Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, nice. Austin's time.
You never played it, did you?
I think I played it a little bit at a friend's house, but never like played it myself through the story. So.
Which surprised me considering how much you loved Gun.
Yeah, I was going to say I was more of a Gun man.
Yeah.
Gun was ace on PS2. But I just never got round.
Was that Them Crooked Vultures reference?
It was not, but now it is. Listen to that band, guys.
They're okay.
It's good. Surprise, surprise.
No way. Rockstar game is good.
But I think even like without those like nostalgia goggles, going back to it, I still think it holds up really well. But it does have its limitations, being God knows how many.
I was going to say, how are you playing this? Are you playing the original or the remaster that they did?
The remaster on PS5.
Okay.
But I think it's PS5, actually. Yeah.
PS5 remaster.
Yeah.
How old is it? Is it like 15 years?
It's got to be 360 now. So.
Yeah. If GTA 5 was 2013.
Somebody Google it while I have
before that,
I suppose.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So probably about 15, 16.
So I think mostly it holds up really well. I was getting a little bit bored of the gunplay, I'm not going to lie. By
how does it play?
Halfway through.
Is it similar to
GTA? Similar to, obviously, Red Dead 2, but just a lot more basic.
16 years old.
21st of May, 2010.
There you go.
16 years ago, nearly.
But I think that's one of the things I'm slightly worried about GTA 6, that the gunplay for Rockstar games tends to be a bit like...
Well, it's always like you immediately lock on, and then basically if you want to hit the head, you just
flick up.
Flick up, yeah.
And you're taking out loads of guys. Like, to be fair, the whole experience has just made me realize how good Red Dead 2 is. It's making me look back on that and be like, that was a masterpiece.
You already play it, don't you?
I kind of do. I kind of do.
Like the game, it's going to sound really weird, but the gameplay in Rockstar games is secondary.
Yeah.
Like the stories that they tell.
Yeah, especially in I suppose more the newer ones.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like the cover mechanics have been done by other games better. The shooting mechanics are always done by other games better. The driving mechanics are always done by other games better. They're always just good enough to get you through to the next part of the story.
Yeah.
I think it's more so like the mission. So the mission structure on here kind of lacks a little bit, but you can still see it's the scenarios it puts you in, and like maybe the bombastic things that happen in the story that really make it more so than like
Bill Williamson's Fort. That was a hard one.
Yeah, but you're on a Gatling gun and you go in a car. It's just pretty cool. It's just I would love to play Red Dead 2 again, but I don't know if I have the time.
Does it have all the sort of sim elements from the second one, or
how so?
Or like similar? Say that again, sorry.
How so?
So, like in the second one, you had all your obviously you had your camp, but then you had like hunting, fishing, I suppose.
I think it has
grooming
fishing,
yourself,
but I don't think it has
cutting your hair, your beard.
No, nothing like it. No,
washing.
It's a lot more. No, it's a lot more stripped down.
Yeah,
it's probably more
Definitely
similar
more
to the GTA than it is.
Yeah,
or the GTAs of the time than it is to Red Dead 2 in that regard.
Because like a lot of those elements from Red Dead 2, I wouldn't expect to see in GTA. In GTA 6.
Yeah.
So I was
you're not
wondering
going to go to
whether
the bathhouse in GTA.
No.
Yeah.
So I was wondering whether they were Red Dead specific, but not just Red Dead 2 specific.
It hasn't got like the ultra realism of Red Dead 2.
No.
Basically.
Yeah.
But the world's still like alive in a way. There are a lot of barren areas. But
it's the American desert. You're going to get that.
Yeah, but then you do randomly just run into like a guy will run at you and just be like, "My friend's being hanged. You've got to save him." And then I'll quickly pop on the map and.
See, I thought that was from Red Dead 2, that mechanic. I didn't realize it in the first one.
So there's a lot of stuff like that just going on, and maybe a woman screaming for help. You go over, and then bandits jump out at you.
Yeah, cool.
And there's random side quests about.
How are the horse testicles?
Non-existent.
Non-existent, unfortunately. Yes, very very triangle shaped.
It's cold in the desert.
So I had a really good time actually playing it and actually seeing all the story. I still think it's worth playing.
It's a sequel, isn't it?
Technically,
it's a sequel to Red Dead 2.
I mean, a sequel to Red Dead 2, yeah. It's also a sequel to Red Dead Revolver. Well, it's not a sequel to Red Dead Revolver, but it's a...
same world.
Successor.
Yeah.
So I still had a good time going back, having never played it, and playing it again. But it is a bit rough around the edges in parts, but it still holds up pretty damn well.
Cool. And you've not done any of the DLC, have you?
No.
Are you going to?
Oh, you need to go on Undead Nightmare. It's so good.
Maybe eventually, but I feel like I was a bit burnt out by it.
By the end.
Because it's like a whole actual game rather than a DLC.
I have heard Undead Nightmare is good.
Yeah. It's just some of the missions at the back end of Red Dead are like you do all the Dutch stuff and then you go back to your farm and then you're doing farm stuff for like 8 missions before the end.
Yeah, kind of like the end of Red Dead 2.
Yeah. And I was a bit like, well, I think I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
But it was good. Cool. Yeah, so that was me.
The only thing it's missing is the house building song.
Yeah. It's nice to see the house made properly. In the game though. But it was more so nice to see where it all started.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So should we move on to the news? But-ba-doo, it's the news. As Brad alluded to before, it's a smaller news, thank goodness.
No showcases.
No showcases.
There'll be one next week that we missed. Don't worry about
it. Well, apparently there's rumours of a PlayStation one next week. So
there's been rumours of a PlayStation showcase for about 5 years, like a showcase
every week. Yeah. No, it'll be a state of play, not a showcase.
But I keep seeing showcase. That's definitely what I keep seeing. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on to some actual.
They're all the same thing.
And
it'll be a state of play in Saros, won't it?
To be fair, it's going to be. It's out in like 4 weeks. Anyway, some smaller news we'll get into. So we'll start off with Super Mario Galaxy movie Discourse. It's getting dragged online.
It's getting dragged like a Ripley side B.
So I actually went to see it.
Nice. Is it getting dragged? Like I've seen critically, it's getting pretty dragged, but like from commercially, it's definitely done well. But also from like the general public, like if you look at the popcorn meter on Rotten Tomatoes, what's that looking like at the moment? Like the user rating.
To be fair, it's not. I wouldn't know. Does somebody want to look that up?
Yeah,
I'll get on it.
All I've really seen is like obviously the critics' reviews, but I've seen a lot of YouTubers talking about it as well. And the general consensus is
it's got an 89.
Oh, really?
User rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but 43.
43, yeah.
Critic.
Tomato.
So I've seen a lot of like obviously Mario fans talk about it on YouTube, and kind of have the same sort of sentiments of the critics, which I didn't expect.
It's because it's messed a lot with the lore, and they don't like that. Mario fans don't like it when you mess with the lore.
What is the lore of Mario?
Yeah.
Come on.
Right. It's not the lore of Mario. It's the lore of Rosalina and Peach.
I suppose when there's so little lore, do you really need to change it?
Yeah,
exactly.
Very true.
Yeah, it's a valid point. Isn't it?
But they've changed it so like Rosalina and Peach are sisters, which I kind of looked at you afterwards. It's like I know nothing about Mario.
Well, chronologically makes no sense because she's supposed to be hundreds of years old.
Yeah,
flying this galaxy ship through space.
Yeah,
there was like a fan theory that Peach was supposed to be Rosalina was supposed to have been Peach and Luigi's daughter. It's like that doesn't make sense. Why is anyone?
Yeah, I've heard that one.
That was like a Matt Pat game theory thing. Like, it can't be true because unless there's time travel in the Mario world, which I'm not sure there is, that wouldn't make any sense.
No, it wouldn't.
There's a dinosaur on one of
Rosalina's Peach's mum. I've heard that before as well. But no, they're sisters in this.
Sisters, apparently.
The thing is, like, I think from the critical point of view, like, there's not much story, I suppose. You know, there is a story. There's a general thrust to it. You know, there's not absolutely nothing. Yeah. Well, that's actually true all the way.
Yeah.
Not if you count in Mario Kart or tennis.
No, I mean, like,
in the movie.
I suppose we could say spoilers, but there isn't loads to spoil. But like Bowser is actually kind of good for most of the film. Which is, take from what you will. But critically, I understand why people are saying, it's not great because there's not a lot of sustenance in the story, but it is a kid's film.
The main criticism is that it's literally just like, it does not stop. It is scene and then it moves on to the next idea. It's almost like, I saw this comparison the other day, it's almost like a Mario game. Like in the way that like they would make the game where you would, they give you a thing and you move on to the next thing
make the
very quickly to make the game really fun. And new ideas happening all the time. This is almost
the different worlds you go to. It makes no sense that you go from like Winter Wonderland map to desert map.
Yeah,
but you did galaxy.
Yeah, so again,
space.
I've had it compared to another thing where people have been saying the film plays like TikTok reels. Where you've got 4 seconds of attention on something and then you've got to move on.
And I feel like that's
you've got to move on.
Kids are into, innit?
That's the only way to keep them.
That's Illumination's film.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I watched Minions 2: The Rise of Gru, and that wasn't like that.
Yeah,
that had some actual story in it.
Oh my!
But if you look at it like I go into a film like the Mario movie, I don't expect to see a critical masterpiece of storytelling. You know what I mean? I go in and I expect good animations, a bit of action, good like set pieces and stuff like that, and decent voice acting. And I feel like it ticks all those boxes. It looks really nice. It's well animated. It is funny-ish in parts. It's very kids' humor.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if I'd say funny.
No, but it's a kids' film. You know what I mean? It's not doing like clever Pixar jokes for adults. But it's like,
I think the problem is the Sonic movies have set a high expectation for me for game films now.
Yeah, are good.
But the Sonic movies are different. But they're different. I feel like they're a different genre almost.
Is it because they're mixing real and game?
I wouldn't fully agree that they're good films as well.
I mean, they're like some of the best game films that we've ever got.
Yeah, but again,
everyone's a critic, aren't they, Jake? Everyone's a critic.
I've actually never seen the Sonic movies. I will watch them at some point. But like, what is the Sonic lore? I know the Sonic lore isn't he goes into the world, the real world, and meets with Cyclops and
James Marsden.
Yeah, I know that's not the Sonic story, so I don't know why that gets a pass.
It's not the first time.
To be fair, they did the Shadow one pretty on point. To be fair, but anyway,
I just don't take it that seriously. You know what I mean?
I tend to agree. I just thought it was a movie. It wasn't. I don't even think it was bad. I don't even think it was a bad movie. I think it's just
it was
very
about
much
as good
in
as
the
the
center.
first one.
So you're going to say it was one of the movies of all time?
One of the movies of all time.
I enjoyed. It was fine. Yeah,
I enjoyed my scoops of ice cream. What was the right metaphor for this? The scoops of nostalgia ice cream it was feeding me.
Yeah.
And I'd like smile at the bits, or I'd be like, Oh, it's that thing.
Yeah,
I think that's what it does for the adults,
And,
for the older people. It has the little nods to different stuff, but then for the kids,
Yeah, and I
that
know
It changes every 30 seconds.
that
So they like
definitely
it.
that definitely doesn't make it a good movie by any stretch of the
no,
imagination.
but it's not
I still
trying to be anything
enjoyed
else.
my time watching it.
Mm.
I actually think this one is better for that than the first one.
Mm.
It doesn't have any of the music's incredible because it doesn't have any of like the first one just shoehorned in like 90s music
songs,
for some reason.
Mhm.
It just didn't feel like Mario, whereas this has got all Mario soundtracks in it. And
Yeah, the little nods here and there.
slight spoilers, but there's literally a poster for him, Star Fox. It's got Star Fox music in it as well.
Yeah. And there
Mario
was a
Galaxy
kid,
music.
because me and Jake went to see it in the cinema. We were the only two adults without kids.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. But there was a kid when Star Fox appeared, or Fox McCloud, should I say? But someone said, "It's Star Fox."
Oh my god!
oh,
a little
it knows
kid.
who Star Fox is.
I know. I was like, that's that whole.
He would have had to been around when the Wii U came out to at least know that.
I also
Smash
seem
Bros.
to remember
Smash Bros.
He's just got a good dad. That's what it is. He knows to make him play these games.
there was also the musical. And I'm sure I heard a kid do that at one point.
Yeah.
Like it did it on the screen, and then I'm sure I heard a kid like repeat it back. I was
There
like,
you go.
nice. So yeah, little things. But there's
Hope-
a few
there's
little
hope, yeah.
cameos here, there, and
The animation's really good as well.
yeah, they're definitely working
Yeah.
towards a Smash Bros. Film. Or if they're not, they're just going to put loads of nods in on all the films.
They'll have to get the Zelda license off whoever's making it.
Well,
that's live action, isn't
Nintendo
it?
aren't making
Yeah, I
it.
know.
It is like a Nintendo. Like they've contracted Sony to make it, I think.
Oh, okay.
So it's still in their ballpark. Whether I don't know if the live action is not going to be able to cross over with Mario, surely. But
Well, they did it with Sonic. live action and CG Sonic.
They might make like a young Link or a Toon Link.
Toon Link, get him in it.
Yeah.
He's the best one.
Yeah. But there are more cameos and Fox as well. It's all right. It's an all right film, I think.
It's all right.
It was decent. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Was it
fun.
worth the price of entry? Is all we really need to know.
It was like £6, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And £6 for 2 hours of nostalgia is not bad pricing, really.
But it does go a mile a minute. I'm not going to lie. It could have cut out some bits. And
There was no
extended.
moment to look down and eat the popcorn because you might miss something.
Well, I nipped to the loo.
You missed half the film.
Which bit was it, Brad? Was
the
it
dinosaur bit.
The dinosaur bit with the babies.
Yeah.
And
That's why you didn't like it.
I swear, I didn't say I didn't like it. Yeah, but that's fine.
It's because you missed the best bit.
I just don't even think I needed to watch that. I came back in and I was straight back in. Like, oh, I don't really know what's happened, but hey ho.
This discussion is the same problem I had with the newer Star Wars films, at least the ninth one. Because at the start of the film, the starting half an hour is like you can't look away because it's like you'll miss something. Because they're being chased for that information or something about the new death planet that they're making. There's always some death machine. But it's like, I felt like I couldn't breathe for the first 30 minutes of the film.
Yeah.
It's like, what's happening now? What's happening now? What's happening now? I need to know. And there's no,
it
like,
just
there's
peters
no
off in
let
the
up.
middle.
And then the rest of the film's not great. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would that even be there?
Yeah. Let's not go into the
let's not. Yeah.
So I'll move on to the next piece of news I've got.
There's another one.
Pokemon Champions came out.
Oh, it's also been hitting critically aplomb.
And it ain't so champion, apparently. So it's basically, I just wanted to bring it up to say if you were looking at getting it, I'd maybe just hold fire for a bit.
It is free though, isn't it?
It is free. So you
I
can do it.
I thought it was £30.
No, it's free. It's completely free.
Oh, okay.
It's not on mobile yet, which I didn't know. It's only on the
I
Switches.
didn't either.
Mobile later in the year, apparently.
Probably for the best, considering it apparently doesn't run very well.
Yeah, so apparently it's all set to 30 FPS, which for turn-based seems a bit silly, but it doesn't even match that. It doesn't even get to 30 most of the time, apparently.
Yeah.
I don't
resolutions.
Understand why.
Apparently there's problems with resolution because apparently if you take the Switch out and put it back in, it kind of fixes it, but when you first boot it up,
it's trying to stretch 720p across a 4K screen.
The thing is, because it's not because the inputs aren't like live in a sense. I don't know why it is so hard to run. Like it's kind of just a bunch of pre-rendered animations.
Yeah, you're playing. You're playing a video.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I really don't know how they screwed it up. And then there's only 180 Pokemon in it.
Yeah.
So you can't transfer all your Pokemon over from Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
and
this is supposed to be the tournament game.
Yeah, so this is supposed to be what all the tournaments are going to be played on going forward. They haven't got all the items in it. They've barely got all the Pokemon in. There's over 1,000 now.
They don't even have 6v6 single battles. 3v3 is the most you can do.
So you have a 6 Pokemon team, and then you have to pick 3.
Isn't that what they did in the stadium?
Yeah, it is, to be fair.
Yeah,
it is.
But still, that was.
And then double battles is 4
3 each. Oh, is it 4? It's not 3
thanks,
each.
Brad.
Yeah.
That's you see. I thought
which,
that
to be
would
fair,
be the limitation. I thought, 2 people can have 3 Pokemon each. Then that's a full double battle. But why would you just have 2 each?
Some Jake Law here. I've actually been to a Pokemon tournament.
Nerd.
And done the double battles, and that's how that ran. Then you would have a 6.
2 each.
You'd have a 6 Pokemon team, and you'd pick 4 Pokemon.
I had a really back alley view of Jake doing some dodgy dealing.
Dodgy Pokemon battles.
I went to a Pokemon tournament once.
You weren't there, man.
No, it's the same. Like the double battles, only picking 4 Pokemon is the same. So,
but why?
I mean, it kind of makes sense. You look at their team, because you can see each of his team, and you pick your 4 based,
and you counter pick.
Yeah.
Why don't you just have a full team against a full team?
I don't know. It would be better to me, but
yeah,
never mind.
Do they do co-op? Is there co-op double battles on it? So 2 people pick 2 Pokemon each.
I assume so.
It's 2v2 because in the games that's how they usually ran. You'd be against 2 other trainers.
Yeah. I'm not too sure, but I would assume so. But
is it because they're worried that the matches will be too long otherwise if you did a full team versus a full team? Because you can do a lot of switching out and stuff, can't you?
Possibly. It's got a lot of microtransactions in it too, obviously, being free and all that.
Has it got in-game progression items locked into it as well, like they did with Pokemon AZ or ZA?
I think some of the items...
You can only get your Mega Stones by playing in that or something. Or
I think you have
to... You don't want Mega Stones.
I think you have to play the game in order to get points to unlock stuff, yeah. But you can buy packs to already unlock points.
To speed
No, I mean, do they unlock stuff for Scarlet and Violet?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So there's not unique items to that game that you can only get from playing that game to put in other games. Okay.
No, but you can obviously transfer your Pokemon.
I've also heard
that
some people have transferred their Pokemon over from Pokemon Go and they've been stuck in some kind of limbo where you can't use them in
either.
So you get them into Champions and then you can't use them and then you can't send them back to go to then put them in your other games.
Oh God!
Can you put them into Pokemon Bank from there?
Bank's not a thing anymore. It's all about
Pokemon Home.
Home. Sorry,
which you have to pay for.
Yes. Yeah, you do.
You can transfer from Pokemon.
Well, it's free. You get 1 box for free.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Anyway, enough Pokemon. Enough Pokemon. Just be wary. Basically.
Yes. Yeah. Buyer beware. Not that you're buying.
And then last one, a very interesting thing. I believe you got an email, Brad, but I don't think I did. But PlayStation have been sending out emails and essentially
PlayStation 6
asking them to, if they would like to scan their likeness so that they could get put into a PlayStation game.
Yeah, it's basically a competition that they're running where you can apply for it. At the moment, it's for Gran Turismo, but there was 2 question mark games that are upcoming, and I think maybe more in the future. But basically, asking people if they want to be scanned into a game. So you submit your request. So many people get picked, and then I think they have to do video interviews with the selected people, and then one person's basically going to win, and they're going to get flown out, I think, to a place. I'm sure they said in England. So if we won, we wouldn't get flown, and would get scanned and basically turn up in a limited time event for Gran Turismo, and then you can work whilst you're there getting scanned. You can work with someone to make a custom livery for one of the cars, I think.
Okay.
Something like that. But to be honest, it doesn't really appeal to me for Gran Turismo, but depending on what the next game is, I think I'll probably apply. If I could be a character someone to die in God of War the next one.
I'd tune in for that.
I'd be like,
That tells me that the first game they've picked to do this is a game centered entirely around not seeing faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you'll like appear as like an icon or something like that. But it's probably because it's the easiest thing because you kind of like static.
Trialing it.
Yeah.
Or like they might put you on one of the crowd members' faces next to the track and you'll never see it.
But it's only limited time as well. They are going to remove you eventually. So.
Oh, what?
Oh.
I do want to get
a bit redundant for me, wouldn't it? Yeah. Just generic bald guy. Bam. Job done.
I look like, when you custom your character, I look like the generic man it gives you right first.
Male number 2.
Yeah. Male preset 1 with beard.
Yep. Don't show up. Don't show up. We've got your scan.
You can come on. We don't need you.
Yeah. I would quite like to get
move and no one will notice.
Webbed up by Spider-Man. That'd be pretty good.
It would.
But that's it. That's it for the news.
I've actually got one super extra short piece that I remembered as we were recording. Someone has found, I think it's on TikTok, a set from the upcoming A24 Elden Ring.
Oh, the Elden, yes. And I've seen there's a Church of Marika set up, isn't there?
So it's a Church of Marika, like the decrepit churches with the statue of Marika in them. It looks good. It's a good set.
That's cool.
And that's literally it. But it's cool and it's happening. And they've got the sets. So I'd like to know where in England because I might take a trip.
Well, I remember they filmed Andor where we live, don't they?
Yeah, just down the road.
Yeah. And me and Dulcie tried to get a sneak peek.
So like cordoned off though.
It looked nothing like Star Wars, but then when it came on the show, I was like, "Oh my god,
that's Cleveland.
That's the beach."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it looked Star Wars in the show, but it also just looked like Cleveland's beach.
Yeah, it's because they got that really sci-fi looking cafe at the end.
Yeah,
the wind turbines on it. Yeah. It does look kind of futuristic.
And the vertical wind turbines in general look quite futuristic. It's cool.
Yeah. They did keep that decor up on that cafe for a while.
And they do like Star Wars meets there every year now.
Do they?
That's what Cool. Right, so I better do some socials.
You should.
So, if you want to ask us any questions or just chat to us, I suppose, you can email us on gaminggarnish@gmail.com. You can also do that by joining the Discord, which is probably the best place to do it because there's loads of people in there now, and we basically just chat about games, sometimes music, I suppose, as well. But it's a good place to be. If you want to chat to us and the community, by all means, go there. And then we've got all the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, all the stuff. And we're also doing a bit of a push on YouTube. So you can find the podcast on YouTube now. Ben does a live every Wednesday now for about an hour. So if you want to tune into that.
Play a retro game. It's a bit of fun.
Great.
Come in, give me some stick. I'm good with it.
Well, he's already give you some hints at his next games.
Yes.
We'll see. And that's about it. Actually, no, before I move on, our community backlog game is coming up. So if you want us to add a game that you would like us to talk about to the community backlog, now is the time to do it.
So we'll be
episode we'll be announcing it.
Yes. Yeah. We'll be picking that next time we record. So that'll be from when this episode goes live, it'll be about a week after that.
Yes. But even if you miss it, you can still add to the community backlog because it'll be coming up again in a few months. So
yeah.
And if you feel like your choice has changed, you can submit again, but it'll just replace the last one you had.
Yes. Yeah. So let's move on.
Special segment.
Month's special segment. We decided to talk about side quests, and more specifically, we wanted to ask the question: really, what makes a good side quest?
Yeah. I thought this was a question you posed, wasn't it, Joe?
Yes, it wasn't going to be my original one, but I think this one's better.
Yes. So we worked it out.
So what sort of thought did you have? What was the thinking behind the question?
So mine was, in certain games, it feels like the side content is really main content dressed up as a side thing. Yeah. Like in The Witcher 3, there's like loads of side stuff which you can actually miss out. and carry on the main story and not meet like half of the cast of the game. Like you got Dijkstra and Triss, who you might only have one conversation with if you don't do their quests. Because they're not integral to following Ciri's storyline.
They're still in the they're still part of the story. It's just it fleshes them out.
Yeah, if you don't do their quest, you miss out on loads of end games. Well, not end game, but late game stuff with them as well, because they can come and help you at like the final climax.
It's
of
quite
the game.
a CD Projekt Red sort of thing. I know other developers do it as well, but it's the same in Cyberpunk, isn't it? Where you've got, I think in Cyberpunk it sort of like dresses it a bit differently because you've got. Are they called side quests? Your companion quests?
There's gigs,
because
then there's
gigs,
your quests, and then there's like the main mission.
Yeah, so like gigs are your really small scale, just like bit of a mission.
Well, you say that, but some gigs go on for bloody ages.
Well, I mean, they're like your
some of them
traditional side quests type fodder,
well, there's
if you like.
Defined start and end that's not tied into everything else.
Yeah, and then you've got your companion quests, which are tied into the main quest, but they're not the main quests.
And they're sometimes timed to events in the main quest.
Yeah, so if you get too far in the main story, you can't go back and do them.
Yeah, or there's bits that you can't do in them until you've done a certain bit in the main story.
Yeah, they don't sort of like appear.
Yeah.
So I think it's an interesting question because I think we probably all agree, I'm sort of speaking on your guys' behalf now, that they are the best kind of side quests.
Yeah.
The companion
quests. Yeah, because they feel fleshed out, you feel connected to the characters and then they influence the main game.
I would like to coin a new term for that kind of side quest. I want to call them parallel quests because they do run along the main bit.
Yeah,
and then
you don't need to do them
occasionally, but you don't need to do them.
Yeah, I do feel like sometimes games could do a better job at telling you that they are pretty important, optional, but like recommended.
I feel like if they did explicitly point them out, though, people would then know that all the other stuff is not really recommended.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And to be fair, with like Witcher 3 to me is like the gold standard because even the side quests that aren't connected to the characters are really good.
It's still good.
Very fleshed out. And all the Witcher contracts. First time I played through the game, I ignored them, thinking, I've not got enough time. I'm just going to do all the other side quests. But then actually doing them in a second playthrough, I was like, I missed out. These were great.
That's how I play those type of games usually. I do the main quests and the quote-unquote main side quests. The parallel quests, as Joe called them. And, they're really good. But I would pose the sort of like question, if every game, or if every side quest was like that, would that be a good thing? Because although I think they are the better side quests
away from them, wouldn't it, really, if there was no shallower...
I feel like there is room for those other...
Oh, yeah. But at the same time, they have to be done right, too. That's why I'm saying, like, I think Witcher 3 is the gold standard for it. Because even those side quests don't go parallel with the story, usually. But they're still
self-contained, but they're interesting.
Yeah. Whereas, like, I actually think Cyberpunk slips a bit with some of that. Some of the side quests are interesting. And some of them you just find out and about while doing stuff. But even there, like...
The NCPD quests that aren't really quests, they're just like a pop-up on the map.
Yeah.
They're done in like 30 seconds. Like once you reach a certain level, you just delete everyone in the area. And then maybe you have to run away from the police because you accidentally killed one of them in the gunfire.
Yeah. But even with Cyberpunk, there's like the character quests, there's side quests and gigs, and then bases and all that.
Because then you've also got like the mini self-contained storylines, like the racing things.
Yeah. Yes.
And then the fight club and stuff like that, where they kind of remind me. Yeah, they remind me of like the ones in Skyrim, the
guilds.
These guilds. Yeah,
the companions
guilds,
and the Winterhold College.
Yeah, they don't really influence the main story, but they're kind of like mini stories in themselves, but they are stretched across a few objectives, which I usually think are quite good.
And they are very good side quests.
I feel like that's the gold standard for non-parallel side quests, is those kind of...
Yeah,
it could be its own story in a different game.
Yeah.
I don't always like
Skyrim
it.
experience or an Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I prefer the Skyrim approach because I don't usually when CD Projekt Red do it, just using them as an example, it's like it's all tied to one gameplay mechanic. So Fight Club or races, and then they kind of stretch a whole story out of that. But the gameplay for those is usually not fleshed out enough for me to enjoy.
Well, take
repeatedly
Cyberpunk,
doing it.
For example, I've played it twice now, and I've never done the fighting.
Oh, see, I did
Really?
the first time I played it.
I think I tried it the first time. I think I tried like one of the fights, and I was like, "This isn't for me." It's not.
Yeah, because it's just not great. Yeah.
And I, weirdly enough, for Cyberpunk, it's your own character. I'm like, my character doesn't like this.
He doesn't.
Isn't going to participate.
Fully role playing.
Yeah, isn't going to participate because they're not a fist fighter.
There was a great role play thing that I think they edited out later on in a patch where you could throw a couple of weapons into the ring before you start the fight, and then you could pick them up during the fight.
That's fucking
So
shit.
if you had like a baseball bat or a hammer, it wouldn't let you do guns, but you could win those really quickly if you thought to do that ahead of time.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's pretty cool, to be fair. But the problem I had with like the Cyberpunk gigs, for example, is especially the early ones are a bit naff. I believe they were a lot better in Phantom Liberty.
Oh yeah,
but
they're like their own, like almost like a drama episode.
That's where the Witcher,
I'd almost
the Witcher contracts. It's kind of using that basis.
Yeah.
I'd almost like mentally checked out of them though by the time I got to those, because I was like, well, I know they're not very good, but even though I know now that the Phantom Liberty ones are. What are your guys' thoughts on like side quests that aren't, I wouldn't call them quests, but they're just like mini games or objectives? So thinking like Spider-Man, where you got the
pizza delivery,
or pizza delivery, or the what they got. I said the strongholds, but the Sandman fights in the second one. You know what I mean? Where you just go to a place. There's an icon on the map. You go to it. You do something there. And that's kind of it. Would you class them as side quests, or would you class them as...
Because there are side quests in Spider-Man.
I guess it depends on the gain from it, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like if you do like 10 of those, are you getting a reward worth 10 of those?
But that's usually what you get. Yeah.
Is the side quest doing all 10? Or is the individual objective the side quest?
That's actually it's a really good question, because there are side quests in Spider-Man that follow a story. But then there are things you can get from, like, let's say the first Spider-Man doing all the Black Cat stuff. You get a costume out of it.
The first Spider-Man being the PS4 one.
Yes.
Not
PS1. Spider-Man one,
So to me, that's good because you're getting a reward out of it. And it has a little bit of maybe the gameplay of those Black Cat elements aren't that good. I can't even remember what you're doing, really. I think you're just like looking to see like where she's been.
But you've got the ones in like Spider-Man 2 where you play as like the bee drone.
Yeah.
It is. And it's like, I just want to play Spider-Man. I don't want to play the bee drone.
Yeah.
So
some
sometimes
of them are better than others. Definitely.
Yeah. But I think you make a good point about the reward from doing side quests, because on your Witcher ones, your CD Projekt Red type ones, usually the reward is the story. You get a bit of XP at the end, but the reward is more story. You don't usually get anything from them.
Oh, it's XP, maybe a weapon.
Or a better saddle for Roach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go faster.
It doesn't usually tell you before you start the quest, does it? You will get this. Yeah. Whereas I quite like it in games when it says, by doing this, you will unlock this. So you can I almost then pick the side quests based on the reward rather than...
You're not picking the quest to experience the game in that case.
Yeah.
Really. You're picking it as like, oh, will doing this side quest help me out? Or yes or no?
Yeah, well, I think I've been burnt from side quests before where they sound interesting and then you do them and they're not.
But you can always just back out of them at any point and just not carry that on. It's not, they're not holding you down with a gun to your head saying, you need to finish the side quest now.
But if I know I'm going to get a good item out of it, I will.
You will grin and bear the dull tedium.
Yes. So I think rewards can be a driver for those. I'm like trying to put together, I suppose, my perfect game with the side quests and what it would entail. And I feel like a good mix of ones where even if the content of the side quest isn't that enjoyable, because I'm gaining something from doing them, that is what becomes enjoyable from those side quests. Do you know what I mean?
To bring it back
what would be the ultimate side quest reward?
Well,
would it be something game altering, or would it be something that just like helped you along with the main character's abilities, or would it be getting a whole new character?
Is a better reward, but Yeah.
But it depends on the game.
Yeah, it does.
So,
it really does.
So thinking of like...
I want a unique spec weapon if I do Fallout side quests. I want something that has a super special perk that you can't get anywhere else.
Yes.
Yeah. So if I'm doing like a companion type side quest, I'm probably going to be pretty content with the story. And then maybe at the end of the entire arc, you'll get something that like attaches you to that story. So like you've done something with a companion and you get their weapon at the end. Something like that. So that sort of like rounds that whole quest
their signature
arc
thing
out. Yeah. But I don't need the item because the story's been good. But the ones where these stories are pretty secondary, I want to unlock a new ability. I want to unlock a weapon that's got a fancy modification, or that sort of thing that I can use and makes the rest of the game tangibly better.
Yeah.
I've actually got something better out of doing those side quests rather than just wasting my time for 10 minutes and doing this quest that means nothing. I feel rewarded because I've not just wasted my time.
To bring it back,
I look at it a little different. Oh, sorry, go on, Jake.
Well, just quickly to bring it back to Spider-Man, I think some of those, like the point marks on the map, maybe they're not like great side quests. You just fight in like a base, let's say. But the reward for that is getting more of the good gameplay.
Yes, because the gameplay is king in that. His actual reward, quote unquote, is like tokens
to buy more suits. And stuff like that.
Which isn't that exciting, but it is fun to actually just play the game.
And for some reason, my lizard brain for those Spider-Man games is literally like I see marker on map, I go marker on map, I complete marker on map.
You go to next because it's super quick as well.
Yeah. Sorry, Ben, what were you going to say?
I kind of look at it a little different than what Brad looks like, because if the kind of games that I'm going to be playing were more like say the Fallout-esque, and everything enriches Fallout. Everything, even down to the ridiculous Teddy in the toilet with a gun against a skeleton. Like it just adds to the world. I don't know. It's unbelievable. It's tiny things that make it funny or make it great or make it. So for me, it's completely worth it, even if it doesn't result in a big weapon, because I'm invested in that game.
So for you, the sort of reward from a side quest is just experiencing more of the game. It's taking you to a new location.
But I won't do that with every game. There's only certain games that can do that to me.
That relies on having a good quality game to be.
It does. Yeah, it does. Unfortunately,
Fallout's not quite a good quality game.
A good quality world.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go there.
Yeah.
If you're having fun, you want to do the side quests. I definitely get that. Yeah.
What about games? Because obviously we spent a lot of time here on like open world games, because that's what you typically think of when you think of side quests. But what about linear games where you've got like side objectives?
Oh, I always do those. I feel like the mission's not complete if you don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it depends.
I agree with that.
If I look at it and go, that's too far out of way, I don't think I'll bother. Like playing that Tactical Breach Wizards, and it gave me optional things to do during the rounds. If I looked at it and went, I can't really be asked with that.
But did you look at it from the point of view of a monetary value or a spell value, or did you look at it that way? Like, I don't really need to do this.
I suppose in a way, if I wanted to unlock a costume for a character, I had to do those objectives. So if I hadn't unlocked the costume I wanted for the character yet, maybe I would be more inclined.
Well, when I played Wheel World, every race you were unlocking rep, and you needed so much rep to finish the game. But your side objectives gained you more rep. So I've seen it as like the more I do in a race, the more rep I'll get, the faster I'll sort of like, I suppose, finish the game. So that was like my driving thing there. I didn't always do everything. Say I finished it, and because usually there's a time element as well, finish it under a certain time. If I didn't finish it under that time, I probably wouldn't restart it to finish it under that time. But I would try and do it first go, and if I didn't, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, same sort of thing for me.
There's a lot of games where it's like, I finished this level in under a certain time, and if I think I can do it, if I say finish it, and I was like, I did that really slow, I know how I can do it faster. Yeah, I might replay it a bit, but for the most part, I'll just move on, because the side objectives, they don't always get you. Well, they don't usually get you that much. Usually, it's just like a better ranking. Oh, you got an S ranking on this level. Okay, cool.
That is quite satisfying, though.
It can be, yeah. It definitely can be, to be fair.
I don't know if this classes as like a side objective, but if there's like an alternate way to finish a mission, will you always pick the alternate way, or will you always go with the way that was the main way of doing it? I say if there's a way of I always go back to Cyberpunk for this, but
Yeah,
like during the gigs where you've got to take someone out, you can either just knock them out and then deliver them to like the gang that wants them, or you can kill them. Sure, you'll get slightly less money, but one is like way harder or way easier than the other. Do you always try and do the more, like the one that will flesh it out more, or the one that will get you the reward faster?
I think that's a good question, because I think that comes into like a lot of stealth games as well.
Yeah.
Where you could stealth, or maybe not stealth games, but games where stealth is an option, like Cyberpunk. You could go in guns blazing and kill everyone, or you could stealth around, steal the bit, and get out without being
Dishonored,
caught.
for example.
Yeah. I usually find there is a way.
Shotgun.
It depends how I'm playing it. In the Cyberpunk thing, I usually try to stealth first.
Yeah.
And then if you get spotted, it's guns blazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if it depends how the mission feels. If the mission feels like it is a stealth mission, you're supposed to get in and get out, I'll probably restart.
Yeah.
And try and stealth it again. But if it doesn't feel that, if it feels like stealth is just like an option, try and go stealth, but it's not the end of the world if you don't.
If everyone's dead at the end, nobody saw you. I'm just going to throw it out there. Nobody saw you.
Okay, yeah, it's fair. They might find the bodies you left.
You've already gone. They don't know it's you.
Could be anyone that left those bodies.
They were here when I got here, officer.
That's why I called you.
But I think that is a good point, because there's some missions. Sometimes like the end of a game, like it happened a lot in Outer Worlds too. Yeah, where you sort of talk to someone and it always gives you an option to shoot them or talk to them, and I'll usually try and not shoot someone if I can.
Yeah, because that like locks you out of a lot, doesn't it? Like not even just in the grander game, but it's like if they might have said something you were interested to hear.
Yes, and I think that's what I usually find, and that's usually why I try and avoid shooting people, because I feel like I'm missing stuff, and if I feel like I'm missing something, or if I do something in a certain way, I might miss something. I usually try and avoid that. It's the same reason why I always go the wrong way, or try and go the wrong way first in a level.
Oh yeah, there's nothing more annoying when you hit a cutscene and there's another path you've not gone down.
Yes, because you're looking at
a chest down there.
Yeah. Okay, this is definitely the right way, so I'll go the other way, and you go the other way, and that was the right way.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes why. It's why I liked Spider-Man, because there was never any alternative paths on the linear missions, because there was nothing to find. Yeah. So if ever there was a way I could go, I was like, there's nothing down there, so there's no point. So I quite like that. But it's also why I quite like, the everyone sort of hates yellow paint in games, because it tells you where to go.
Yeah.
I quite like it, not because it tells me where to go,
but where not to go.
Yeah, it tells me that is the right way. So if I want to do any more exploration, I go the other way. And that kind of, it's not really a side quest.
The yellow paint's like what you can climb a lot of the time now. So even in that case, you might have to
sometimes.
Yeah,
but maybe yellow paint was a.
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, some sort of indication that this is the way.
Like the thing in Elden Ring, the grace like line that comes out of you every now and again when you sit down. It's like, go that way. Well, I don't want to go there though. There's a temple over there.
Yeah, but at least in Elden Ring, you're never going to be locked out of anything.
Well, yeah.
I do try and be the good character. Yeah. I do try and be the good character first, because, like you say, more than likely, being the good character gets you better stuff.
The better stuff, yeah.
But there is a tipping point where if somebody says, by the way, this bomb in this town can be blown up, what do you do?
Megaton.
There's just something creeping in the back here going, do it.
Well, we mentioned Elden Ring before. Now, Elden Ring has a main path, so you could call it a main quest. And it has loads of side areas, which I suppose you could call side quests, but they're not really. Like, there's nothing on the map that says a side quest, but there's side areas.
And there are side quests in terms of characters, though. That they ask you to do stuff.
And they're very obtuse.
Yeah.
So I don't always, I usually use a guide for those. But the things like, if the game is good enough at rewarding your exploration, so this is what we were saying before about getting items, you go to all of the caves in Elden Ring, because when you get to the end, you're probably going to get something worthwhile, even if you don't use it. It's cool.
Or it's a nice chest with an arterial leaf in it.
Well,
Which I have no idea what they're used for.
You just get the joys of fighting a boss.
Yeah.
Yes.
but that's again, there's a reward there fighting the boss, or there's a reward in the actual reward you get, but there's no story. I suppose, and maybe you could argue there is
in the descriptions of the boss, of the item that they drop behind. There's some story there.
But there's so many games that I can think of where
I suppose play more of the game, explore.
Yeah.
There's so many games I can think of where I'm not interested in exploring the cave because I know I'm not going to get anything. And maybe 10% of the time I do, but it's not worth it for me.
I suppose maybe that's a good segue to ask what's a bad side quest? Because I'm thinking about
Hoovering.
I'm thinking about
Hoovering Mako.
Or Hoovering Mako. That's part of the main quest, unfortunately.
Yeah. Then it becomes a side quest, doesn't it?
Or does I don't think it does. I think it's just in like one of the starting areas to pass.
For me, the bad side quests are the ones that take you out of the normal gameplay and make you do something that isn't fun.
Yeah.
So like if let's say Hoovering Mako was a side quest.
Yeah.
Chores, and I'm the guy that plays chore games, but chores.
A game when it's not designed to be chores.
Can you wash the dishes?
Like,
no.
I know a lot of people talk about like the Spider-Man side quests, like the spray painting one, and stuff like that. Those I don't enjoy because I want to be playing Spider-Man. I want to be playing as Spider-Man, and there's a bit of a story element there, which makes it engaging enough. But in the ones where, again, I suppose Final Fantasy VII Remake, there's like a whole darts minigame, and there's the box breaking minigame, and
bad.
They're so boring. And I'm like, I really just don't enjoy this, but I feel like I have to do it because I want to get something.
Yeah.
So anything that just kind of makes you do something you don't want to do and makes you do it repeatedly.
Yeah.
It's
Final
the
Fantasy
part
16
that makes it bad.
comes to mind for some of the worst I've played.
Because again, they're pointless and you get XP.
Completely slows the game down.
Yeah.
And you're not doing anything that's pushing the story forward, really.
Filler.
Yeah.
It literally feels like filler.
Yeah. You're moving something from point A to point B, and you're getting an XP reward, and that is it.
Yeah. Oh, go get these plants from this area. And you're like,
as much as I like it, and I think it's a cool thing to add sometimes, I find that with the little arcade machines in things. So, like when you get a little arcade machine of Space Invaders, it's from the 70s, we've all played Space Invaders. Yeah. I find that to be filler, and there's nothing more annoying than being forced to do it to unlock something in your house, or you get an extra room if you just complete that. Well, I don't want to. But I want the room.
You're not there to play Space Invaders. I can play Space Invaders.
although saying that, in Project Gotham Racing 3, I did spend a lot of time on Geometry Dash.
Yeah.
Geometry Wars.
Yeah.
Geometry Wars.
But
on those arcade machines in the garage.
I think there can be a place for them, but you could just play Geometry Wars in its own.
In the reels.
Yeah, well, that was a separate purchasable game on Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah.
This had it already in.
Yeah. That's fair.
Again,
one
I
of the most egregious
moment.
things is... sorry, Ben, you go first.
I have a similar moment with the poker thing in Red Dead. There's only... I want to play one hand and I'm done. I don't want to do any more. Even though you need money, even though it'll help you in a lot of ways, I can't be bothered.
Anything that feels like grinding.
Yeah,
I played
absolutely.
the poker minigame in Red Dead OG only to pass time. Because that was one of the things that there was no way of passing time. Even sleeping didn't really pass that much time. So if you had to wait till a certain time for a mission to go live.
Oh, yeah.
I literally was like, well, what do I do? And I'd literally just sit there and play blackjack. I wasn't really having fun. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, hated it.
Yeah.
If the minigame is good enough, like people love Gwent.
Then
you can buy that as a board game now.
But then also you can unlock better cards by playing the main game. So then you kind of want to use them in Gwent. Like, it's something to unlock.
The one mechanic I completely missed out of The Witcher because I just did not know how to play it.
I was just going to ask because I didn't know what it was. I'm sorry.
It's completely random with what I did and what they did.
So I've played it 3 times now, Witcher. I only got into it the 3rd time, mainly to get the trophy for doing it. But then I got really into it. So sometimes you might look at something and be like, that's not for me. But actually, if you give it a go, it would. But
I really enjoyed the coin flicking one in Ghost.
Yeah, same to be fair.
That it was fun to play. So I was never like sighing every time it forced you to play it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a game that you
sometimes.
hate now, Brad, and that's the pub game side quests in Fable, the original. Those were some of the best like mini games in like a side quest I've ever played. Like you could make so much money on Shove Apney, and it was like table golf with pennies.
Okay.
To go around like the beer mugs and stuff.
Yeah. If it plays well, then
it did. It played really well.
Yeah. And that's all it needs. But it's the ones where they don't play well, put like minimal thought into it, but then you're kind of forced into playing them.
Yeah.
Bringing another element too, and it's your time outside of the game.
Well, yeah.
Are you playing this? Are you playing a big? It's open world fatigue as well. Like, are you playing a new open world game? You're really liking the game, but you want to get to another game down the line, or
it kind of puts me off when
time.
These days, before I pick a game, I usually go on how long to beat. Yeah. And sometimes you'll pick a game and it'll say 20 hours to beat, but then 100 hours to do all the side stuff. And even though I know I don't have to do the side stuff, it kind of puts me off because I'm like, how much of the game is going to be trying to push me into doing the side stuff? Because that's where 80% of the content is.
20 hours to beat, but you're going to have to do 60 because it's 100 overall.
Yeah. Like, can you actually do the main quest without doing the side quests? Because you might need to grind or get money
to get stronger.
And that's the whole thing with open world games, just in general. To go outside of like the whole side quest thing, that's just big bloated open world games, I suppose.
Well, I found with like Outer Worlds too, because I didn't play that and doing all the side quests and everything, I didn't have a lot of money and I didn't have like a lot of like healing items. So I found a lot of the time I couldn't really go in guns blazing because it was, I was dying, quite a lot. So I had to go stealth because it was the only way I could avoid having to do all the side quests. So at that point it becomes a bit restrictive. And a bit frustrating. And then especially when you have to fight a boss because it doesn't give you the option, it became difficult, but arbitrarily difficult just because I didn't do all the side quests.
Would you rather, when you get to the end of the game and it says, like the point of no return is here. If you want to go back and do anything that you've missed, go back and do it now. Would you like it if at that point they told you that you didn't have enough, like you weren't high enough level, or they told you it was going to be really hard in your current state, and to go back and do some more stuff?
I do appreciate that, actually.
I appreciate when it tells me it's the end.
Yeah.
Would I want it to tell me to level up?
Or like make sure you're definitely prepared for this or whatever.
It usually says that, but does it ever mean it?
I'm not too bothered about that, to be honest, because I feel like most of the time you go into the final. I am a hoarder anyway. I just don't use my stuff. So when I'm going to the final boss, I'm like, well, I've got all this stuff. Should probably use it, and I still don't.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be too bothered about that, to be honest.
Because the biggest one for that is meet Hanako at Embers. The message that is burned into so many LCD screens because it just never leaves once you've done all the other quests or you're on the way to doing all the other side mission stuff and side content. I would have appreciated it if I knew I would spawn back before there after finishing the game.
Right, okay, yeah.
Rather than thinking, I've got to put off the end of the game and to go and do all the side stuff.
Yeah,
because I was worried I'd have to start a new game like afterwards or something. Or I'd
I'm
have to
very
make another
hoarder-esque.
save.
Yeah. Yeah, it should definitely say like you will, it'll make a save and but then if it says, you'll revert back to here.
Yeah.
After you then start thinking, is my character going to die? What's going to happen? That makes it so I can't carry on afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
I think that message kind of like encompasses all that. And I don't think you need to go into that much more detail.
No, but you don't want to get partway through the last mission and not be able to do it. Have to back out.
Yeah, that's my point with it. Is it my skill or is it my character? Am I just not being able to do this, or do I just not have the help?
Stuff.
Yeah. Do I need to rebuild him? I'm very much the hoarder. In fact, I was getting mocked for playing Requiem because I wouldn't fire the Requiem.
I need those bullets.
I need it because there's a boss that I'll never use it on because I still won't fire the bullets.
I basically use them all on the last boss on things that you didn't even need to use a Requiem against.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with.
Zombies heads up.
The last half an hour, everything's dead.
I also have a weird thing. I don't know if it's just me, that if a main quest has like a lot of urgency to it when it's over to do the next thing, and there's no like downtime in between. That I feel like I have to do the main quest rather than do side quests. So when it's like Cyberpunk, for example, spoilers, you're dying.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they tell you you've got like 6 weeks to live or something.
And it's like, oh yeah, you've only got this much time to live, and you know, you keep coughing up blood, and you're like, oh my god, I've not got long left. And then it's like meet Hanako Embers, but then I've got like a list of 50 side quests.
Yeah, I don't have time.
And then I'm like, well, I'll just start doing those. After a certain time, I'm like, I should probably go meet Hanako Embers.
Now,
I'm gonna die.
With Cyberpunk, obviously you can't run out of time.
Yeah.
But in the new game Blood of the Dawnwalker by ex-CD Projekt Red guys, there is a time limit.
Yeah, which I actually think is really interesting. I quite like it.
It means that you can't do everything.
Yeah.
I would have liked if they incorporated that into Cyberpunk. Like if you had passed however many days 6 weeks is in game, like you would just die, and that would be an alternate ending. I think that would have been really good for them to do, like as a hidden thing.
Yeah, it's like in I've never played it, but Dragon's Dogma. There's side quests that you'll get, like, oh, there's a boy in the woods and he's surrounded by wolves, but if you don't find him in an hour, if you don't get to him in like an hour, like in game time, he'll die.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's not like a main quest or anything. I think there might be some main things that you can miss out on because of it, but it's like actual timed things. Because I see what you're saying, Jake, where you have this urgency that the game sets on you, but then kind of doesn't do anything with.
Yeah.
I detest time in games in general. Yeah. I detest it with a passion. Anything, get there before that door closes. Oh, you're dying. You got this amount of time to do that. I detest it.
You would rather just have unlimited time.
I just like that a main story might be like, right, go take a break. I really like it in Spider-Man where sometimes in between the main quests, it'll be like, right, better go do some Spider-Man things. And that's
he literally says it. Yeah, it's like a queue, isn't it?
You going to do all these points on the map. So, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I might as well. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
We played RoboCop and we found it a little strange. I might get a couple of details wrong here, but found it a little strange that you were sort of time related in it. So any of the side missions at your level, you could only do then. So if you move the main story on, you have then missed that set of
I see.
side things. And I really don't like that because...
But that was linear. That's a linear game, isn't it?
It's more of a linear game, yeah.
Yeah.
You go into like it's linear areas, if that makes sense. You're not forced through one corridor. You are getting into a big open area. You do all the stuff in that area. You move on to the next one.
Yeah.
And I found it really frustrating because we wanted to move on the story to get his like main gun better, to get him better in general. And then went, all the side quests have gone. We've now missed a massive portion of the game in theory, because would that have made our gun better or weapons? Or
it definitely should give you a warning for that. I mean, it does it in Baldur's Gate actually. At the end of each act, it'll give you the warning every time, because you know as soon as you leave that area, all your side quests are gone.
Just some way of indicating that that it will.
You're going to miss content, guys. Don't miss the content. We made the content. Please do the content.
Here's the thing we made.
Just some sort of way of going back, or I don't know, but it is annoying when games, especially when the games are sort of more realistic and they're trying to not clutter your HUD up with stuff.
Yeah.
But then the detriment to that is, you do end up missing something. Well,
it's certainly a tricky thing for people to get right. As we've seen really good ones, we've seen really bad ones. Well, it's been an interesting talk, to be fair, guys. We've talked about it way longer than I thought as well.
I'm glad we brought it up.
Yeah, definitely. Are we happy to wrap it up there? Have we got anything else to say?
Go do your side quests.
Side quests. It's always worth it, even if it's not as worth it as you thought it was.
It's not always worth it.
I don't know.
It depends if you're Jake and you need to get that trophy.
Final Fantasy 16 ones were not good.
No.
And some of the 7 ones as well, to be fair. But anyway, it's been a good episode. Thank you. If you've stayed this long, thank you very much for listening. And I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe. That always helps. And until next time,
those guys.
Yeah. Until next time, we've been Gaming Garnish. Thanks again. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Specials.